Good morning. This is the Paradise Unicorn Priestess, bringing you day 259 of A Course in Miracles, the Yin translation where we use female words. This would be September 16th if you're starting at the new year. Changeless Reality. Appearances deceive, but can be changed. Reality is changeless. It does not deceive at all. And if you fail to see beyond appearances, you are deceived. For everything you see will change, and yet you thought it real before, and now you think it real again. Reality is thus reduced to form and capable of change. Reality is changeless. It is this that makes it real and keeps it separate from all appearances. It must transcend all form to be itself. It cannot change. The miracle is means to demonstrate that all appearances can change because they are appearances and cannot have the changelessness reality entails. The miracle attests salvation from appearances by showing they can change. Your sister has a changelessness in her beyond appearance and deception both. It is obscured by changing views of her that you perceive as her reality. The happy dream about her takes the form of the appearance of her perfect health, her perfect freedom from all forms of lack, and safety from disaster of all kinds. The miracle is proof she is not bound by loss or suffering in any form because it can so easily be changed. This demonstrates that it was never real and could not stem from her reality, for that is changeless and has no effects that anything in heaven or on earth could ever alter. But appearances are shown to be unreal because they change. What is temptation but a wish to make illusions real? It does not seem to be the wish that no reality be so, yet it is an assertion that some forms of idols have a powerful appeal that makes them harder to resist than those you would not want to have reality. Temptation, then, is nothing more than this: a prayer, the miracle not touch some dreams, but keep their unreality obscure and give to them reality instead. And heaven gives no answer to the prayer, nor can a miracle be given you to heal appearances you do not like. You have established limits. What you ask is given you, but not of God who knows no limits. You have limited yourself. Reality is changeless. Miracles but show what you have interposed between reality and your awareness is unreal and does not interfere at all. The cost of the belief there must be some appearances beyond the hope of change is that the miracle cannot come forth from you consistently, for you have asked it be withheld from power to heal all dreams. There is no miracle you cannot have when you desire healing, but there is no miracle that can be given you unless you want it. Choose what you would heal, and she who gives all miracles has not been given freedom to bestow her gifts upon God's child. When she is tempted, she denies reality, and she becomes the willing slave of what she chose instead. Because reality is changeless, is a miracle already there to heal all things that change and offer them to you to see in happy form devoid of fear. It will be given you to look upon your sister thus, but not while you would have it otherwise in some respects. For this but means you would not have her healed and whole. The Christ in her is perfect. Is it this that you would look upon? Then let there be no dreams about her that you would prefer to seeing this, and you will see the Christ in her because you let her come to you. And when she has appeared to you, you will be certain you are like her, for she is the changeless in your sister and in you. This will you look upon when you decide there is not one appearance you would hold in place of what your sister really is. Let no temptation to prefer a dream allow uncertainty to enter here. Be not made guilty and afraid when you are tempted by a dream of what she is, but do not give it power to replace the changeless in her in your sight of her. There is no false appearance, but will fade if you request a miracle instead. There is no pain from which she is not free if you would have her be but what she is. Why should you fear to see the Christ in her? You but behold yourself in what you see. As she is healed, are you made free of guilt? For her appearance is your own to you. I love that the text reading says that the happy dream, which the miracle makes possible, is seeing our sister perfectly healthy and perfectly free from any difficulty, any loss, any deprivation of any kind. There was a great spiritual teacher in the 20th century, Neville Goddard, who taught a form of manifestation where you see it as already so with your imagination and your full emotions in great detail. And he often spoke of seeing other people in your imagination as having great success and good fortune so that you could help that come to them. And I kind of get that message from A Course in Miracles. It tells us that our thoughts affect everything, that there are no idle thoughts, there are no neutral thoughts. Our thoughts seem to curse or seem to bless in this changeable reality that is created by our thoughts. We have this consensus reality situation where we've all agreed to believe in these limitations that are law. They cannot be changed, cannot be altered. They are solid, impenetrable, unalterable. But if this is just a dream, then it's pliable, it's plastic, it's flexible. It can change in an instant, in the twinkling of an eye. And supposedly the reason we don't see that happening all over the place is that we hold the solidity in place with our insistence, our belief in it. A Course in Miracles seeks to remove our faith and belief in that solidity and in those limitations. But we have to believe that all of it is immaterial and made of nothingness. And that is what we are resistant to. It establishes this in the very earliest lessons, teaching us to look around at everything we see and say that it means nothing, and that our thoughts mean nothing. Without this foundation being solid, the rest of the Course just doesn't work. The miracles don't work, and that's why it says you can't change the appearances you don't like, because that's our human nature, right? We want to go out and be like, oh, great. With the miracles, I have like a magic wand and I'll just change all the things that I don't like. Course in Miracles is like, nah, you can't pick and choose. You can't be like, oh, I'll just change the things I don't like. You have to realize on a deep level that none of it's real and all of it's changeable. And that's when the miracle happens. It basically says that when we pick and choose, we've tied the hands, so to speak, of the Holy Spirit to not be able to perform the miracle for us, to intercede with the miracle. We tie her hands when we pick and choose. We cannot pick and choose. It has to be all or nothing. It's either all illusions or it's all solid reality. Today's text reading says, in essence, temptation is our prayer that some specific parts of the illusion be real. Everything else we're okay with being illusions, but the things that are the idols that we personally worship are the things we're like, no, we want that to be real. And that's the problem. We have to be willing for it all to be unreal, or else we get to have all of it seem very, very real. We can know that we have succumbed to temptation if there is any part of us that desires to see our sister as less than perfectly healed in every way, with all her needs and wants and desires being met, being nourished and cared for, and see her as innocent, beatific, glorious, and to see ourselves the same. After reviewing what is sin in show notes, we have a lesson that is very on point. Lesson 259, let me remember that there is no sin. Sin is the only thought that makes the goal of God seem unattainable. What else could blind us to the obvious and make the strange and the distorted seem more clear? What else but sin engenders our attacks? What else but sin could be the source of guilt, demanding punishment and suffering? And what but sin could be the source of fear, obscuring God's creation, giving love the attributes of fear and of attack? Mother, I would not be insane today. I would not be afraid of love, nor seek for refuge in its opposite, for love can have no opposite. You are the source of everything there is, and everything that is remains with you and you with it. That is our lesson for the day. Happy practicing.